we are back in the time loop, and I've gotten my coughing fit out of the way. Stupid Doritos, I always say Doritos. Doritos just don't really work too well with my asthma, as I've been learning lately. Generally speaking, they just... First of all, they get cheese everywhere. Then they also get cheese in my throat, and, they're also just that slight bit spicy that sometimes they make my nose run if I eat too many at once. A bit of a different track. This is kind of like a... It's probably, I would say, the third hardest track in the world. I would say behind that, or ahead of that being the Nerdschleife and Monaco. But even still, this track isn't that hard. I think the difficulty of it just comes from the length. Really, when you break this track into separate pieces, it's not all that difficult. But this is the 24 hours of Le Mans circuit. But we'll be doing, well, kind of 24 hours in game time, but... well, for reference, 25 minutes, and I don't think we'll be completing more than 7 laps. And this is kind of meant to be the introductory video to Monika, who's, well, I think I've mentioned once, RHRC and Red Hot Racing Circuit and Time Loop are in a couple of ways connected, and Red Hot is in its own way connected with the Americas Tour, or a NASCAR series that my friend Tyler does on his own channel, which I have co-commentated over all of them with him. And yeah, we've got some of the same. This is kind of like an introductory video to her. So the reason why she is here is, well, she's kind of the reality manipulation specialist, if you will. She has some sort of like additional level of awareness of things that are happening around her, and this kind of allows her to determine when things are or aren't real. So she's kind of like a drug hound, like a drug dog that police units use. But instead of finding drugs, she's finding like anomalies and abnormalities in this universe. Yeah, so Vert knows her from Red Hot, and Alex knows her from the Americas Tour. And so now we're trying to get her to help us get out of here. And in typical fashion, I have to use the bathroom right as soon as I'm about to start the race, so that's just my kind of timing. Forgot to go over who else is in this race. I'll just show up or bring up a replay when the race begins. Why this camera? Why is it default to this? I never use the bumper cam. This is a huge start. I cannot go anywhere. These two are just holding hands. I'm going to look at the replay when we get on to the big straightaway here. This car feels a little off kilter. I'm not really the biggest fan. Maybe I won't, because I'm freaking out because these guys don't know how to exit that. Alright, so let's look through all of the drivers. Well, let's get up to present time. There we go. Gonna wait for the field to disperse a little bit so we can actually, like... Alright, so... leading at this moment, anyway, is Bubbles. Sort of ironic, considering she appeared here in the, This is, like, the track that she appeared in, and she was spun by 16 Angels in the, little intro. I think it was 16. It might have been Marissa. It was one of the factory Corvettes. I know that. Yeah, and then second we have Enduro. Third is currently me. Fourth is the same team car. Oh my god, this is so ungodly blurry. Then we have Alex, once again. No one. There's so there's two 71 cars on the Ferrari. This one is my number, but it looks like number one's car. So it's really confusing, but technically this is also nobody. Vert is back. No, I'm what I wanted. Nope, that's not one. Here is Keenan. Here is Raymu. No one. Grease Lighton. He's easy to pick out because of the crazy purple mirrors. No one. No one. And no one. But yeah, so Grease Lighton, Raymu, Keenan, Vert, Alex, Enduro, Bubbles, and Monika. Ah! Jeez, that was weird. And oh my god, these guys are not going anywhere. My good lord, what kind of downforce are you running on that car? Oh, you were out of gears. Okay. The Corvette has some nutty top speed, by the way. I do believe it is the fastest in the class. Straight line, that is. But I hope you like straight lines, because we'll be doing this several times in the race, and there's a lot of other straightaways like this too. I don't quite remember my braking points at this point in time. My tires are absolutely frigid right now, so that's also kind of a cause for concern, because we've done like no turning in the last like minute. Little miniature chicanes doesn't really do a ton to keep the tires at the correct temperature. Yeah, I have one aero damage, but that really shouldn't be that much of a problem. Shouldn't be. Now, of course, Monika has agreed to drive with everyone else, but she doesn't have the highest expectations. It's, you know, r/not my job type thing, so... I mean, she's winning now because I'm in control of her, but I really wouldn't expect a ton of, like, outstanding performances in the future from this 39 car. Oh, good lord, tires, please. I'm on softs, yes, so it's just the fact that it's like winter in France at the current date. Whatever date that was that it was set on, I don't remember. I did not really look. So yeah, this is going to be a challenge. Bubbles is just kind of sitting there, but so is everyone else. Because of all the straightaways, it will be kind of difficult to totally break away from my opponents. Oh, especially when the car is doing that. Oh my good lord. Oh good lord. Oh good lord. These little panic moments. The car never actually goes all the way out, but it gets disconcertingly close every corner. Being 18, Monika can, and I think does, officially have her driver's license. So it's not like she can't drive. But she's certainly not a racer by heart. I mean, she came from a visual novel. She came from Doki Doki Literature Club, so this isn't exactly her home status here. Sun's already going down. We've completed exactly one lap. Thing is, if I know the way this game works, I might be on the edge of absolutely destroying myself, but I'm certainly going fast whenever I'm doing it. Because in this game, loose and unstable is also coincidentally fast, so... Yeah, technically though, while I say this much about all of these like super fast speeds in these cars compared to GT3s, Nitori's Super Renaults are still faster in the straight line. And just in general. It's like a waiting list to enter a turn. It's like I have to like wait like a minute before I can do so safely. Monika seems to be testing herself quite extensively with this vehicle setup. or testing me extensively, however you want to look at it. Oh my god. These tire pressures I've lowered them too, so it should be generating more heat. And more stability. I guess I didn't lower them enough. Right, it's not how that works. Six and a half or so minutes in, we've already reached like peak darkness. Not peak darkness, but noticeable darkness. It's really cool right now, actually, even with the yellow headlights. It's like the racing equivalent of the mood lighting. This corner scares me. I say it's in the car decides to be as well behaved as it's ever been so far this race on me. Nice. These Porsche curves, they'd be really easy and really fun with warm tires. These ain't warm tires though, so now they're terrifying. Which that sounds like these we may end up running 6 laps rather than 7. And the tires are going to get even colder now because it's nighttime, so the track temperature on the surface is probably like 40 degrees, 50 maybe. Tires get kind of warm through there, but as soon as we hit this back straightaway, it's all for nothing. Luckily now I remembered my braking zones for this track. There's a little crease in the wall going into that corner, and that is where I've always hit the brakes. With or without ABS, that usually will get me through the corner, right? It hasn't messed up so far, so you know. And here, I think it's like just before the 100. Maybe sooner than that. Bubbles is the one that's evolved beyond the other opponents for this one. Just kind of weird that it's her of all people. Bubbles also not known to be a race car driver. She's known for going too fast, yes, but for all of the different reasons. Braking through this corner is so weird. The braking zone actually does seem like drastically different than just about any car you take to that turn. I'm like subconsciously shifting early to save fuel, but fuel consumption isn't on. I don't have to do that. You basically have to go into like maximum focus mode, because if you hear the tires getting like little like noises, basically that's whenever I have to manage with the car. If I steer a little too much or a little too not, a little bit not enough, that's me crashing in some respect. Certainly got consistency, which around this track that can be hard to find, being that it's like 8.5 miles long. Especially more so when I kind of feel paranoid that one of these times the car is just going to eject itself on me. Just about any one of these like medium to high speed turns. Not like the way that I entered that turn at all. Normally I'd have manually downshifted there, but because of the tires being the way that they are, I didn't. Just plain and simple, I didn't. Why do I keep manually shifting? It doesn't matter. Fuel is not being used. I'm not quite sure when the game will downshift to second for me, but I'd prefer if it didn't. It's another thing that Monika did in the game she comes from, is she'll mess with the programming of the game. The game is very fourth wall oriented and such. Time Loop and other affiliated series isn't this way. But it would mean that Monika is good at changing and adjusting things. So maybe she knows something that I don't with the setup. Maybe she's changed it to where it gives maximum turning while still somehow being in control. That's kind of how it feels like, because like the car is handling unsteady, but it's not spinning, and it's making these corners relatively... I had to open my mouth, didn't I? That's what I was afraid of. That was like the number one corner I was scared of doing that in. Alright, Monika, then let's see how well you can adjust to a broken car. It's not exactly destroyed. Suspension damage is there, but it's not major. I just need to not do that again. Well, that was terrifying. Okay, thank you, curb. That was the weirdest spin I've ever had. And we're not done yet. Oh, Vert's been on the move in this race, apparently. I think he started like 5th or 6th, and he's up to 2nd. Unfortunately, I can't just rely on like the top speed that I used to have, because the damage is taking that away. Somehow I still took it faster than you. I have suspension damage, Enduro. It's not how this is supposed to work. I was holy crap, I like just bump draft him past Vert now or something? Also, oh my god, slipstream. Man, you have good acceleration. You don't have anything else. This Ford is doing like 185. Oh, you broke really early though? This is scary. I don't know if they broke early, they just didn't break very hard. Yeah, I'd be probably at her door pan right now if I didn't have all this damage on the car. Oh, I did not want. I apparently wanted. Corner exits. And now I get absolutely demolished because I've lost all sense of straight line speed. Oh! Good, that'll correct the suspension damage. Wow, that's a new one from Vert. Vert got aggressive on me, and he instead slams right into Bubbles' car instead. And also, that didn't fix it, it actually made it worse. Right, it had to be on the other side to balance it out, not the back end of the car. Oh my god. Good lord, this thing has no straight line speed whatsoever. Oh! Ay, caramba. How am I still getting you on corner exits, Enduro? What kind of traction control do you have on? 3%? Goodness. And you're still gone, because I have even more damage still. Now we're understeering and loose at the same time. That's the worst combination to have in anything. Especially a race car, but you never want a car that's both tight and loose, because that means it's hard to fix those problems. Okay, this time no Easter egg spin. It's like a Easter morning surprise, like I got last time. No, we're just going to have 2 to go. Bert's going to finish the lap with like 5 seconds to go in the race. Oh! How am I still faster than you in some of these corners? Enduro, please. Yeah, I'm there, forehead. Ay, ay, ay. Are we sure Enduro's and well. Oh yeah, that's effectively totaled. Yeah, this hasn't gone quite to plan. Luckily, as I said, Monika doesn't exactly have high expectations for driving. If Monika can even manage to deliver this back to the pit lane in one piece, then that still makes a statement. Oh, just fly off already! Yeah, these are like top speeds of like GT4 cars. Look, no hands! The car's suspension is so smacked, it's literally making the turn for me. Well, if being in a romance novel, romance game, visual novel, that's the word, as giving Monika any characterization. She's definitely got determination. Also got grass. And if for anyone that somehow knows this character is wondering why her car is this, and not like pretty pink, she actually says her favorite color is emerald green because it's the color of her eyes. Still red outlines to kind of like reflect that she is like a redhead. Oh my good lord, the corner's over there, car. Not even 150 entering these corners, which are going to be a bitch. We're good. However, I don't think the race is done. I think, as I said, Bert, I think just finished with like 2 seconds left on the clock. Oh my god, there's a corner here because we can't just have normal pit entrances and tracks anymore. Seriously, it'd just be so easy to just cut through that sand there. Why do we have to make a freaking chicane in the pit lane? I would say we'd watch the rest of the race, but Bert's in the next dimension already. He's back in Universe Zero. He's so far ahead. And Duro is not even close to third either. I guess he... oh, yeah? That'll do it. Oh, that's not him. Didn't sound healthy. Well, it's a good thing Bert is dominating and Bubbles is second, because the rest of our drivers, well, Keenan's doing fine, but the rest of our drivers, specifically, well, obviously Bert, but then also Reimu and Enduro and Grease Lightning are not doing much of anything. Let's see what this thing's got for top speed. Because that was some absolutely ridiculous stuff when I was around him on that one lap. Yeah, I don't get to 170 through that. Oh. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, nice, yeah. And no, Alex is not giving that one up easy. Reimu's about to sandwich Aston Martin between another Ford. Yeah, I couldn't make those corners anywhere near that speed. Yeah, so Vert can take a resounding victory from like 6th or so on the grid. So Vert's clearly mastered these GTEs already. He's loving that Ford. Bubbles will get herself 2nd. Keenan comes in 4th. Alex will defend 7th for his life. And Rainbow keeps it in the top 10. Enduro, you suck. Grease Lightning, well, I guess you did start down here, so... That could have gone better. But I was gonna continue to reinstate. Yeah, no, Monika's not here for the driving specifically. She's got other purposes beyond that. So the fact she just totaled a car, mostly worth it, I would say, because all of the anomalies and such that she might track down will help us catch up to Paradox and Carbon. And maybe help us get this universe back into a normal lapse of time. But that's just a theory. Yeah, Vert was absolutely rapid in that, and he ran a 4:04 minute lap. 4 minute, 4 second lap. Even I myself got in the 4:06s, and that was the best that I could muster with a car like this, so I think Vert might have actually caught me. Even if I hadn't crashed. I don't know if he'd have gotten around me, probably. But, yeah, it's just... Vert's got it down, dude. And it's crazy with this Ford.